Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This will be a video series showing you how to create this cliff house. Let's get started. So to start, let's open a new architecture template. So we need to click here and then architecture template and then press OK. We're gonna use millimeters for our units. So we start off by adding grid lines. So under architecture, go here on the right side and you can type in GR or click that icon, and we're going to add a vertical grid first, and as you can see the grid bubble is under. You just need to click this check mark so that you can have it below and above. So after that, press escape and then you can click this grid line again and you can type in CO for copy or this icon, and after that click on multiple. So it's already checked, so we could just click on the grid line again and we could create a copy. So first dimension should be 5,000 millimeters. The second should be 2,000. And then for the fourth grid, let's add in 4,000. Press escape and then escape again. After the vertical, we're gonna add in horizontal. So let's type in GR and let's add in the vertical like so. Press escape, and as you can see we need to change the grid line bubble. So just click on the bubble and then type in whatever you want. I'm gonna type in capital A and then enter. Press escape again and then click on the grid and then CO for copy and then click on the grid A, and the first dimension for this is 2,500. The second will be 5,000, and then the third is around 8,000. So press escape to finish, and we have this. Let's add in the dimensions so that everybody can follow. So click on this and let's add in the dimension right here. So 5,000, 2,000, and 4,000. And the total is 1,100. We're going to add it here. So we have 2,500, 5,000, and then 8,000. Total is 1,500 and 1,555. Sorry, 15,500. So we could escape and then escape again to finish. So we have the grid line. Now we need to go to our south elevation and let's add in, or we just need to edit this. We already have level 1, and then we just need to put 3,700 like that and press escape, escape again. And we have our grid line or levels. We could just click one of the levels and we could just move it to the inside so that it's like this. It's more organized like that. And go back to level 1. We're gonna start off by adding walls. So you need to click architecture again and then click on wall, and we have our basic wall generic 200 millimeters. We need to edit type, and then we need to duplicate that. Let's type in exterior wall number 1 and then press OK. Click on edit, structure, and we're just gonna leave it at 200 thickness, so 200 millimeters thickness, and we're just gonna expand this so that we could see it better. After that, we're just gonna set the materials. So let's use concrete masonry unit, and then press OK here, and then OK here again. Let's expand this and then press OK. Before we add the walls, we need to connect it to level 1. So from level 1, which is the base, up to level 2. That's the height of the wall that we want, which is the 3700. So once you set that, you could see that it's 3700 for the walls. And then after that, we're just gonna leave the location of the line to the wall center line. And then click on rectangle. Once you click rectangle, it's easier for us to just click on 2 points, which is A1 and then D4. So from A1 to D4, we have this. Press escape and then escape again. Let's zoom in so that everybody can see. So next, let's add in our wall interior. So let's click on the walls again. After that, edit this type. So right now we need to duplicate this again, but instead of exterior, we need interior wall number 1. Press OK. Edit this. We're gonna leave it at 200, but we're gonna change the materials to clad white or whatever you want here. So it's up to you, because once we move this to Twinmotion, we're going to change the materials from there. So as of now, I'm just categorizing it or organizing the materials. Press OK and then OK. And then we're just gonna leave it at line. So we need from A2 up to C2 and go back to C1 like that. Press escape once, and then from B2 up to B1, press escape, and then we're going to add a wall here, which is A3 up to C3, and go back like this to C4. After that, let's add in B3 up to B4 like that. And here we could just maneuver and expand each and every walls like this. So we're going to expand it like that, but don't worry, I'm gonna give you the dimension. So like that. So in Revit, it's easy to manipulate the walls like this by using your arrow key. And then let's add in another wall. So with interior wall like that, we could just click on again and add in another wall like so. Let's zoom in here so that everybody can see properly. So what I want here will be maybe around 3500. And then I'm gonna click it here. I want this to be 2500. So I made a mistake. So 25 like that. And then here I just want it to be 3500 again. So there will be a washroom in the middle. This will be a bedroom and then another bedroom, which shared the washroom, and also for the outside they could go in here and use the washroom. We will have the master's bedroom right here with a walk-in closet, and then the washroom right here, or an ensuite. We will have the kitchen right here, the living room, and some like a piano area here. So that's the plan at the moment. So at least we already finished the interior and exterior wall. So next thing we're gonna add is doors. So I'm gonna add a door. So I'm just gonna click this under architecture, and let's just use the M single flush and the one at the top. So I'm gonna add the door right here, and then a door right here. So you just need to press space bar to change orientation, and either the left side or the right side of this wall. So I'm just putting it on the right side and just click it like that. And also right here, so that they will have access, and here as well. So space bar and add it right here. And of course we should add it, the one for outside, like that. After that, let's add in a door right here as well for the master's bedroom. But I forgot to add a wall, so let's press escape and let's add in a wall right here. So let's go back to architecture and add door. So we're gonna add it right here, space bar again to change orientation. And then of course let's add a door right here for the entrance. So this wall, it's around, should be around 3200 from the center wall here, or from the grid line to the center wall right here. After that, select this wall, and we're going to add an opening. So click on this, and we're gonna add an opening right here and right here as well. Press escape, and with this one you can actually click it again and you can expand or contract. And as you can see, that the lights gets thicker right now. So what you have to do is just click on thin lines like that, and it will be thin lines again, so it's easier to see. So we could just move it like that, and we have our opening like so. So around 800. So just a recap, we added the walls, we added dimensions, grid lines, and levels. We have the doors, and we added some wall openings, and just a quick dimension so that everybody can see is this is 3200. So in the next video, we're gonna continue working on this. Thank you for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna continue working on part 2 of this cliff house. Let's get started. So in the previous video, we added grid lines, walls, doors, and we also added the level. So right here, we're going to continue working on this. So to start, let's click on architecture and go to walls. So click the wall, and then you just need to go down to curtain wall. We're gonna add in the curtain wall. So we should add the curtain wall right here for now. So I'm gonna add it here like that. So don't worry about the warning. It's just saying that it's not visible in this because we haven't used the cut geometry yet. So we're gonna add that first. But before we do that, let's double check each and every walls like this so that it's easier for us to manipulate this afterwards. So as you can see, the joining is from this wall to this wall. And if you see this, it's a different joining. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to drag this wall. So I'm just gonna drag this wall first and join it. I'm gonna do this and TR, so trim and extend. So this side to be trim. Okay. Okay, so I want this one to be the bigger piece, or the joining piece is with this wall. So it's easier for us. So once we click, go to modify and click cut geometry, which is right here. And you need to select the wall first and then the curtain wall. Wall first and then curtain wall. Wall first and then curtain wall. And then once we do that, as you can see, we need to zoom in and we need to remove the remaining walls like that. So that's what I did. And then now we could just extend this a little bit. And we could use AL, so that's aligned. So we just need to click on tab and then select this one. So as you can see, it moves like that. So in the other side as well, we need to extend this first. And then now that it's removed, we could just use AL and then tab, select that one, and then this face. So now it's on this face, but we need to just move this all the way at the end. So just use your arrow key and it's basically moving by itself like that. We're just manipulating the way it moves. So now what we could do is select this wall again and then click this arrow. So change the orientation of the wall. So now once we check it, we could just go back, use the arrow key and move it so that it's like that. So as you can see, both of these corners are like that. We just manipulated what we did. So if we check 3D, it will look like that. So we just need mullions to complement with that. So go back to level 1 and we're gonna continue adding curtain walls. So for this one, what we could do is we could just extend this, or we could just move this back so that there's still supports for the curtain wall. So it needs to be supported by this wall. And then press escape, go back to architecture and then click the wall again. And we have the curtain wall again, and we're going to add this curtain wall on some of the rooms. So we're gonna add it on this room, and the same warning is coming up. For this wall, start on on below, going up, so that the orientation it will be the same. Like that. We're going to add windows on the washroom later on. So for now, let's cut in for the bedrooms. So wall first and then curtain wall. Wall first and then curtain wall. And let's look at it at 3D again. So it looks like that. We just need mullions to finish this off, but we're gonna do that later on. So the next thing that I want to add is I wanted to add the floors and the ceiling. So let's go to level 1 and let's add in the wall first, or sorry, the floor first. So go back to architecture and then click on wall or floor. And here we have 400 millimeters. We need to edit this type, duplicate, and I want this to be floor number 1. Press OK, and then we need to click on edit. Let's edit this thickness to around 300 only, not 400, and check different materials. Let's just add in something wood, so cherry is good. So OK, and then OK. And then once you do, we just need to, what I usually do is I click on the corner first, and then after that I'm just gonna extend this with the arrow key. So I'm gonna select this and then just keep on tabbing the arrow key to extend this. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then you can manipulate the exact dimension right here. But for now, I just want to see what I'm working on. So maybe 2000 is enough on each side. So I'm gonna click this, and as you can see, the temporary dimension open. So 2000 again, and then click on select this. It will be up here, so 2000 again. So I want 2000 more on all sides, except for this side, which I'm gonna create later on once we have the side piece and the one for the entrance. So later on I'm gonna edit this again. Actually, for this one, let's add in more. So I think 5000 will be good. I want to exaggerate or something, or maybe 3000 is enough. I just want to see what it looks like after. So we might keep on changing this later on. So we have 2000 here on left and right, and then 3000 here. So once that's done, click on finish, and let's look at it at 3D. So it's okay. I might edit this or expand this more, but that will be later. Let's finish up and add in the roof. So let's go to level 1 and click on roof. Once you click that, it will tell you that it will be moved to level 2. So yes, and then we're gonna copy, but before we copy the same dimension for the floor, let's click on edit type. Let's duplicate this. This will be roof number 1. Press OK. Edit this type. Let's make this thicker. So let's make this one 500. and change the materials. So let's change this materials to, let's use concrete precast, and then OK, and then OK again. Now let's copy the distance from this, or the dimension, so it's easy. Once we click rectangle, we'll be able to set the edge, or click on the edge, but press escape again because we forgot to uncheck define slope. So we want it to be flat roof. If you have checked this one, it will be creating a hip roof, or the roof that with an angle. So let's just uncheck this, click on rectangle again, and click on the endpoints of each one. So this endpoint and this endpoint is enough. Press escape and then click finish. Let's look at it at 3D, and it will look like that. So I'm actually not happy with this the dimension of here and here, so I'm gonna extend it more. So let's go back to level 1. Let's edit this type, and here I want this to be 3000 now. 3000 here as well, and then here I want it to be 5000. Click finish, and then of course we're going to the roof as well. So this roof, edit this, and then now we just need to align AL. So let's align this, and then align this, and then align this. So it's done. So it's easy to manipulate Revit like that. So after this, so we have our entrance right here. What we could do is I could add in an extra floor later on, but we need to create the design of this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to click on component, the one with the arrow down, and then model in place. And here we just need to select generic model, press OK, and you can put whatever name you want. I'm just gonna press OK again, and then I'm gonna move this at the back. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click extrusion. After clicking extrusion, I want to set the plane. So I want to be on this plane, so I'm gonna select and pick a plane. Press OK. I want to select this plane because this is the one that I want to start with. After that, we can then add in rectangle, and let's create this dimension right here. So from this corner to this corner. After that, click finish. But before clicking finish again, you can see that it already created 250 millimeters of extrusion, but we could change that to 500, similar to the size or the thickness of the roof. So 500, and let's edit the materials. So I want to change this to concrete lightweight, and then click finish, or actually don't click finish. We need to actually create a void extrusion right here. So we need to go back to create, and then void form, void extrusion, and then now we need to set it again. So let's set and pick a plane. So I'm gonna pick this plane, and then we just need to estimate where the door is for now, and then later on we're going to edit this again. After that, click finish, and then we can manipulate it later on, so just click finish. Close this, X that one, and then now as you can see we can manipulate where it will be voided. So it's better to see it on north elevation so that we could manipulate it more. So like that. So that's the entrance, and we just need to go back to 3D again so that we could see. Okay, so I need to edit this type again. This is the void form, so go to north. The door will be right here, and this will be 500. And then click apply. Go to 3D again, and then just make sure that it's cutting all the way at the back and then in the front. Click finish, and it will be like that. We could now manipulate it from this. So as you can see, we can manipulate the door void or the extrusion void right here. So I'm happy with that. We could just do something later on right here. So now it looks like this, and in the next video we're gonna continue working on this. I do like the simplicity of the design, and we might change the thickness so that everything will be 500, but maybe later we're gonna do that. So for now, let's stop here and continue on the next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna continue working on part 3 of this cliff house. Let's get started. So in the previous video, we were able to add the floors, the roof, and we added the backing for this house. We also added the curtain wall, and now we're gonna continue working on this. Let's go back to level 1 and let's add in the fixtures and also beds and those kind of stuff. So here we need to go to insert and load family and go to furniture and go to bed. We're gonna choose this and click open. Once you do, go back to architecture and then click on component, and from here we could change the size of the bed. So we're gonna choose king size for the masters. So I'm just pressing the space bar, and as you notice, something is popping up here. So every time I press anything on my keyboard, you'll be able to know what I'm pressing here. So now I'm just pressing escape, and then we could just add in more by going to component again, and let's choose queen size bed for the 2. Or let's change this to, so I'll move this to queen, and the other one will be double. So it's better to just change both of them to double, and it looks better like that. After that, let's go and insert our toilets. So go to insert again, load family, and just go back, not here but here, and then go to plumbing, architectural, fixtures. We have urinals, sink, shower, and bathtubs. So let's add in some bathtub as well. So let's add this, press open, and then once you do, you just click component, and it will be available for that. So here I'm just gonna add it on this spot, and also I'm gonna add it here. And go back to insert again, load family, and go back one step, and we're going to add in sink. So we're just gonna add a vanity square. So which one's better? This one is good. So press open, and then go to architecture and component, and you'll be able to add the sink like that, and then we could add it here as well. And then after that, we need the toilet. So just go back again and look for the, so it's well probably right here, commercial or domestic. We're gonna choose the domestic, and once you do again, you'll be able to see it under component. So here I'm just gonna add it here, and like so we're gonna add it here. So for this one, I want more space for the walk-in closet, so I'm just gonna move it a little bit on the side. So might as well change this to 3000. Oops. So 3000. Now I've changed it to 3000 for this. And then let's add in some tables beside this bed. So let's go back to insert, load family, and go back to the main, and then go to furniture, and then tables. So nightstand, we could add this one, and just go back to architecture and then component again. So we could add this one here, this as well here, and both side for this. And then once you do, we need some lamp. So let's just add in another. So insert load family, and then go back to main, and then go to lighting. Architecture, internal, and look for I'm just looking for table lamp. So which is I'll choose this M table lamp standard. Press open and go to architecture and click component, and we're just gonna change the elevation to 650. Click apply and just add it in the middle of the nightstand. Press escape, and at least where we have this setup, we're also going to add the kitchen probably on the next video, but for now I just want to make this one finish. Also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this back. I would like to add something here like a closet or something. As you can see, we still have a bigger room, or we have a big room here, so we have a walk-in closet and a regular closet here, so we could add that one. So let's go to press escape and then go to architecture and then wall, and let's create an interior wall number 2. So I click on interior wall and then edit type, duplicate. This will be called interior wall number 2. Press OK, edit. We're gonna change this to 100 and change the wall materials. Or actually, we could just leave it as clad white. So we're gonna leave it like that. Press OK and then OK, and we're just gonna add a wall like so. Okay, and then now what we have to do is let's add in a sliding door. So go to insert again, load family, and let's go back to the main and go to doors, and we could look for a double sliding door. We could check this one as well. So double sliding to panel. Press open. I'll just load everything. And then once you do, you could go to doors now, and you will be able to select the doors. So I have it here. I'm just gonna add it like that. And then let's add closet in this space as well. So click on wall again, or we could actually just click on the wall interior number 2 and click on CS or create similar. That's the fastest way if you know that you already have the certain kind of wall or object. You could just keep on adding it like so. So here we have a dilemma. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move this back a little, and also on this, we don't want any windows on the closet. So again, Let's add in the wall like that. And then for this one, we could just move it up to 800 like that. 800 as well. And then I just want to double check this. We have 840, 800 is enough. Like this one, we're gonna select this door and type in CS, and then after that you'll see that you'll be able to select and add it to other parts of the build. So that's the fastest way of selecting an existing object on the view. Press escape to finish, and we're just gonna add in more information here so that at least it's looking presentable. So we could go to annotate and then just click on detailed lines and just use thin lines and just align. So I'm just gonna add 2 lines to represent the rod, and we're just gonna make it neat like that. And then let's do it again. And then let's add it here. Let's also add information right here as well. So we're just going to add an L form like this. And after that, we're just gonna add a detail line in the middle. And then use TR, that's for trim and extend. That's under modify. So TR is the short. So you could use that. Press escape, and now at least you can see that it's looking much better with more information. So now that we added the bedroom and the toilets, let's add some couch here. So go back to insert again, load family, and go to our furniture. So go to the main and then seating, and let's add in some sofa. So let's add this kind of sofa. So I'm just looking, but this one will be okay. So I just loaded that one, and you need to go back to architecture and then component. Once you click that, you'll be able to select 2 kinds of sofa. So we have the small one and then the bigger one. And then use space bar so that to orient this. So we have the sofa right here. We could add in one more, so CS, and add one more sofa right here. And then after that, we will have the dining table right here, and then the piano, or the piano right here, and then the dining table here. It depends on what we want or what I think of, but of course we will have the kitchen right here. So let's add in more furniture. I'm just gonna load one of the tables or chairs, and then let's go to the table. So I'm just gonna use this chair. So I already loaded that, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load the tables first. So under furniture, just go and go to the tables, and we could load the coffee table and then the dining table. So let's load both of this. So just hold control button and you'll be able to select multiple objects, and then just click open and go back to architecture, and you can load this. So might as well add the dining right here, so that it looks better if we add the piano right here. So now we just need to add the coffee table as well. So I'm gonna add the coffee table in the middle, and then we need to look for the chair that we loaded first. So this one. So I'm just gonna add this like that. So I'm just gonna load 3 per side here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select them and use mirror. Okay, so just make everything fast. You don't need to put more time on that. So as you can see, everything is working now, and we're able to add more furnitures. And lastly, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this a little bit down. It's because I wanted to add a ceiling here, so I need to have an offset for that. So I'm just gonna add in a little bit like that. And what I'm gonna do after is I'm gonna press AL. So press escape, AL again, and then after that I'm gonna align everything all together, something like that. Okay, so everything is aligned, and we could add in the ceiling here later on, and then we're going to add mullions and and curtain grids. So press escape on this. So now it's looking good. So let's stop here for now and continue on the next video. Thank you for watching and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna continue working on part 4 of the cliff house. Let's get started. So in the previous video, we were able to add furnitures. All these furnitures are default, and you just need to insert them and load from the family. It comes with Revit, so you just need to load them individually. And also we added sliding doors for the closets, and we added fixtures like tub, toilets, and sink, and we added this detailed line. We also did pull down the curtain wall so that we could add a ceiling under here. So now we're gonna continue working on this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a kitchen with an island in the middle. So first let's or let's go to level 1. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to pull this back like that, and we're going to add this section line facing this side. So go from left to right, and we could just go all the way right here. And once you do that, you're able to double click on this, and once you double click here, you'll be able to see the section facing that side. And we could of course open this up more so that you can see everything around it. So we're going to create in-place mask, creating the sink, the lower cabinet and upper cabinet, and then we're gonna create the island on the middle. So let's go back to level 1, and we could just move this backward like that, and then let's add in, or let's go to architecture and click on model in place. We're gonna keep on working on generic model, and then after that click on extrusion. We're just going to add this, so 800. We're gonna add the fridge on this side, so we're gonna leave a space, and this will be 800. And before we click finish, we could just click this materials, and let's add in we could add in this one for now. Or this one for now. Click apply and then OK, and then click finish, and we can then now go to our section. Our section will be available under elevation, so let's close this ceiling for now. We don't need that. And then the section, and then in the section plan we could manipulate the extrusion. So here we could check the height, and we could even manipulate the width as well. So for now we're gonna leave it like that. As you can see, it's easy to manipulate this going back, and you could go wider. So let's go back to level 1, and then let's add in another extrusion, but let's finish this, and then add in one more. So model in place, go to component, generic model again. This will be generic model number 3, and click extrusion again, and with this another rectangle, and we're just gonna copy the size of this, but now we need to click finish and then change the materials. So let's add this one for now, and then after that go to section again, and now you can expand this more. So let's leave it down there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to 3D, and then what we could do is we could click create again, but void form. We will need to show like something like a kick plate here. So click on void extrusion, and then click set, you will need to pick a plane. Once you do, press OK, and then after that select the plane. So we're going to select this plane. Once this is selected, now we could use rectangle, and then we're going to void 100 by 100. And then click finish, and then here what you could do is you could just extend this all the way, and then once you click finish, you will see that it's voided like that. Before we go further, let's check the dimension or the height of this. So we could use this. What's the height from below? So this is too high, so now we could just change this a little bit. Let's go to 950 will be good enough. Okay, and then after that, just put on the top, and this should be around 25. So let's double check this. Around 25 is good. That's 1 inch. That's good enough. And as you can see, it's taking shape now. And next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create some top cabinet. We could actually create more voids here so that we could show that there's like separation between this. So we could just click on the below cabinet and edit type. So it's just a fast way of creating this cabinet. So we're going to select this again, and then same thing, we're gonna create a void form and void extrusion. You will need to set it again, so click set, pick a plane, press OK. We will need to select this plane now. Once this is selected, you can now go to section, and here in section we could add in those separation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna divide this in the middle like that, and then just estimate again here, and then again here, and then after that I'm going to click pick line, and then offset this around 10. I believe that's good enough. So once that's done, we need to close it. So we need to remove this 0, and then now close it up like that. And go back to 3D and just click finish. And as you can see, this is too deep. We're just gonna move it a little bit like that, and then click finish. So it's just a quick way of creating separation on this. We could create the handles as well, but let's do that later on. So what I'm gonna do is, let's do the top first, and then maybe if we have time we could create the island as well on this video. So let's go back to level 1 again. We will need to create another model in place. So architecture, component, and choose generic model. It will be number 4 now. And then this will be another extrusion. We're gonna select rectangle, and this is smaller than the one at the bottom, so around 500 will be good enough. Once that's done, click finish, and then before that you can change the materials so that we could change different materials later on once we're in Twinmotion. And don't click finish yet, so we could just click on section, and let's pull this upwards like that. And then here we need to set up the proper height for this. So it's a good thing that we're seeing a door here, and as you know, it's a little bit over the door, so this will be good enough for the dimension. So we're gonna set a backsplash as well, so around 650, and the height is around 680. So we could maybe do 700. So just estimate this, so around 750, and the backsplash will be 650. So that's good enough. We can actually do the void that we created here as well for the cabinet. So what we could do is we could click create, void form, void extrusion, and then here we need to set this plane again. Pick a plane, press OK, select this face. Once you select that, now we could go to section again, and then we could use this rectangle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this like that, and then AL, align it like that, and then now we could just move this one upwards. So we could use our arrow. So I'm just using the arrow key to move it upwards like that. Zoom out so that you'll be able to see it. And then this one, I'm just gonna leave something here, not all the way to the edge. And that same goes with this one. Next, I'm just gonna copy this and use align tool so that I will be consistent on all. So copy, so select everything, click copy. I'm gonna check multiple, and I'm just gonna drag it, give one on the left side and then the right side as well. Once that's done, I'm gonna use AL, that's align. I'm gonna align the farthest first, and then the inner one. So same here, goes here, aligned, so it's easier for me. Press escape and then click finish. But before you click finish again, let's look at it at 3D so that we could assess the depth. I don't want it to be all the way there, so I just want it to be shown like this. Once that's done, click finish, and we have our top cabinet like that. So actually, I don't like how big the top cabinet is, so I'm just gonna move this down a little bit more. So now because I want to just show it as a flip up overhead storage, and then this one is just regular hinge storage. So this will be flip up and this will be hinge. So I'm gonna just create a simple extrusion, like I'll show you afterwards. So here, same goes with the, so I'm just clicking, so that would be fine. It's not visible enough, or if you guys want, you could edit the void at the top, so you could just pull this one down like so, and then you could use AL so that you could copy the top. Like that, and like that. I'm gonna use AL. I'll try and see if I could select the top so that everything is aligned. So just use tab and just keep on tabbing so that everything is aligned perfectly at the top and on the bottom. So I'm good with this, so click finish once you're done. And then now let's create the handles for this. So we're just going to add another extrusion. So click on architecture and then component and then generic model. This will be the handle, and I'm just gonna create an extrusion again, and this one will be set. I'm gonna pick a plane. I'm gonna pick this plane and then go to level 1, and let's try and actually I set this one differently. So I'm gonna click on set again, pick a plane, and I want this plane to be the same plane as the top. And then after that, we just need to create a simple handle like so. And we need to click or remove this. Type in SL, split that one, TR to trim this, and then once you're happy, click finish and change the materials. So this one will be just something like that. and go and look at it in 3D and just move this one to its location. So I'm gonna go to section so that I could see the midpoint or the location of this. So I'm gonna select, so like I said, I want this to be an hinge like door. So I'm gonna rotate this. Actually, I'm going to create a copy first because I'm gonna use this for the overhead flip up. So I'm just gonna click copy and uncheck the constraint. I'm just gonna put it like that, and then after that I'm gonna select this back again and rotate this 90 degrees, and then just move it with my arrow key on the position that I want. So I'm happy with this location. I could just mirror this one on this midpoint, and then I'm gonna copy both of this. I'm gonna select this midpoint so that I could just add this one on this midpoint as well. So now that's good. We could check it here, and then now we need to see this one from level 1. So I cannot actually see it from level 1. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to level 3D, and let's adjust the view range. So I'm just gonna click finish for now, and then let's change the view range for this. So from the top of level 1, let's change this to 4000. And then cut plane. And then now let's edit this place. So I'm going to change this or move this one like that. So I'm selecting this plane, and then what I need to do is I want to see it on the section view. So I just move it to section, and then now I just want to see the midpoint of this. So I'll just put it like this and just estimate the midpoint. So I think this is the midpoint. Or what we could do is so this is good enough. So I'm just gonna copy this multiple midpoint. So I'm just gonna select all the midpoints here and just click finish. Now that's done. You can see that we have the base and the top cabinet for the kitchen. We could add in the fridge here on this side. So it's looking good. Let's finish this up, the kitchen part, on the next video. So we're gonna leave it now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 5 of the cliff house. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to start with the kitchen. So we created the lower and above cabinets. So now we're gonna continue working on this. So first, I'm going to section and we're gonna add a backsplash. So under architecture, click on component and then model in place, and we're gonna use generic model. And then like anything else, we're gonna use extrusion and pick a plane. We're going to pick the wall. So click on tab and we want the highlighted part of the wall. So I'm just checking. So I know this is the wall. So I'm gonna click that and then use rectangle. So I'm going to do this all the way to the edge, and then we just need to change the materials. And before we click check again, just look at it at level 1, and we have this, the extrusion, and we just need to pull it back a little bit like that. So we could just zoom in and pull it back, and then after that we could click finish. So as you can see, we have the backsplash already added. And then again, we just need to add in something on the bottom. It's another extrusion, and what's that for is I'm planning to put a neon light under. So a light fixture for the bottom, and I needed something to place it with. So similar to this, we just need to go to section and create another extrusion. This will be another generic model, and then we're gonna set the plane to the backsplash. After that, I'm gonna use rectangle, and I'm just gonna place a small one like that. After this, we could set this as 10, and then click finish, change the materials. So let's use this, and then for the extrusion part, just put 10 as well. Apply, click finish, and we have it under there. It's not visible, but it's somewhat visible on this. But this is something that we're just gonna add the neon light here, and it will bounce back some light once we have it on Twinmotion. So I'm just making it ready for Twinmotion. Also, we're gonna add in some sink here. So, or we're gonna add the sink on the island. We could add the sink, and we could add in the stove as well. So we're gonna change the design for the island. So what I'm gonna do now is go to section, and then as you know, the section is located just right here. Maybe we could just set the plane to the wall again, and then just extrude it on this side. So right now, let's go back to section again, and here go to architecture, component, model in place. We're gonna use generic model, and then OK, we're gonna use extrusion, pick a plane. So like I said, we're gonna set it on the wall. So I'm gonna set it on the wall, and then now I'm gonna do the design. So for this design, I'm gonna use the same design that we have for the house. So I'm just gonna set it like this. And we're gonna trim this later on. So I want it to be bigger on this side. And let's move it all the way to the right side as well, so that we have space to go around here, but at the same time enough space to have both of the sink and the stove. So now we just need to determine the thickness. So maybe we're gonna do 100. So I'm gonna do 100 on all, and right here as well. And then now we just need to trim. So TR, and then remove the remaining lines like that. So now we have the C form, and we just need to click finish, and then we just need to go back to 3D, and so that we could see it properly, we just need to move it like that. If you want to see it more, we could see it here in level 1, so that everything is visible, and we have enough spacing here. We could even move this down. We're gonna add some chairs here as well, and we have enough space for this side. So now we click finish, but before that, I think I already set. So let's change this, and then click finish. So it looks like that, and then now we just need to add in the base and the one in the middle. So with that, we could go to level 1, and then do the same thing. Model in place, generic model, extrusion, and then here let's change the materials. So I'll use this, and then now let's do an offset, rectangular offset. I'm looking at 50, no, maybe 100, but from the inside. So that will be the base. I'll click finish. I'm gonna look at it at 3D so that it's visible. So it looks like the height is the same. We could even change, check it. So I'm gonna use AL. I'm gonna choose the face of this and then the face of this. So now it's aligned all together. After that, click finish. So we have the base like that. And then now we need to just add the middle part. So now let's go back to level 1 and click another model in place, generic model. Make sure to change, it's another extrusion, and make sure to change the materials, because I want each and every one to have different materials so that I don't need to worry about when I choose it on Twinmotion. So similar to that, rectangle, but let's do 150 offset, and from the inside, so you just need to click on spacebar, and like that we have it in the middle, and click finish. We will need to look at it at 3D so that we could pull it up. So I believe this is the one. We could use align again. So AL. And what's better is you just need to pull it up more. AL. Choose this plane and then that plane. And now everything is leveled. We could do that here as well. So AL again. Choose the under plane of this, and then this plane. Now it's connected like that. I just want to double check this plane, so I'm just gonna pull it out a little bit. AL, I want this to be flush on this side. So this will be the look of the countertop, and then we just need to add in a faucet or the sink, and then faucet and sink, and then also the convection oven, or even the cooktop. So let's finish this for now. So this one looks good. I notice we have so much space on this side. We can even add in or create an L-shaped kitchen. So I might do that actually. So at the moment, let's align this all together like that. And we could add in, or we could even push this all the way here. We have the fridge on this side anyway. So if we create an L-shaped kitchen, we'll be able to add it here, and we have enough space here as well. So I'll do that instead. So let's go back to level 1, and then what I'm gonna do is we could move this right here. And I could create another cabinet, or we could just add in a bigger size cabinet here. So we could add in more, or we could showcase more kitchen equipment. So let me do that. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add in another model in place. This will be generic model, extrusion, and I'm going to add it in this area. And then after that, I'm just going to change the materials. We could use this. And then before we hit finish, I just want to move it all the way up. And we're going to add a void here later on. So we will need to edit more on this side. So maybe we could just add it like that. Maintain the height and create another one here. So I could click finish. So in order to finish the kitchen, I'll be adding in some blocks. These blocks will be available on part 1 description. I'll put a link on it. So here, I'm just gonna select everything and drop it here. So once that's done, it will be under your component, and we need to go to level 1 and then click component again, so that we'll be able to add this. So I added the fridge, then we need to change some. So cooktop, we're gonna add the cooktop here, and we need to change the elevation. So let's change the elevation. I believe this is 850, and we could just change it afterwards, or change the elevation on section. So let's just add it here, and then click component again, and I believe we added a sink. And a range hood. So I'll add this. So sink, I'm gonna put the sink here, and we're gonna create a void form. So we're just gonna change the elevation again. So I believe this is around 700, and then we could just change the height later on. We also have the oven and microwave. I'm gonna add it here on this side. So we could just move it here and move this one so that it's visible, and around 800. And then lastly, the sink. Oh no, the range hood. So component again. So the range hood, we'll add it around 3500, and then we'll deal with it later on. So here, I'm just gonna move this one for now here, and then you could double click this. So here we could see that I put it too high, so we could just here, and now we could just move it upwards like that. And as you can see, we're kind of off. And we could just zoom in and use our arrow key to change the height. So that's good enough like that. And then also with this, oops, and then move it upwards. Okay, and then like that. That's good enough. And let's look at it at 3D. And as you can see, I was able to estimate everything in height, and we just need to create void forms so that the sink and this will be visible. And then for the range hood, it's good enough there. We could add in some shelves here. I don't want the look of this not having something there, so we could add in a shelving. So we could go to level 1 and add in a model in place, generic model, and another extrusion, and just change the materials. I'm just so used to changing materials because I need to move this to Twinmotion, so I just want to keep on changing the materials and it's easier for me. So I'm gonna make this like that up to here, and I want to see it in 3D, so I could just move it like that before I click finish. So click finish, and then we can actually just copy this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double click on level 1, and let's add in another section. So this section should be facing here, and I could double click here, and with this we could just create a copy, uncheck the constraint, and click multiple. So just keep on adding like that. So I believe 3 is enough, and we could just put some equipments here or different kinds of plates and glass. So that will be a good addition to this design. So, and then here, let's go back to the section again. We could double click or edit this in place, and we could select this, or even though if you selected, we could just create a void and a void extrusion. You will need to pick a plane. We will need to pick this plane, so click on tab. You need this face so that we could void this. So we need to void this. And then click finish. Let's look at it at 3D. Okay. And just click finish. And as you can see, it's visible now in the inside. So there's more details there. Also here, so we need to go to level 1. We just need to move this. So once you move it, this will be viewed properly. And then after that, or we could just go to level 1 and we could just void here. So click this one, and then after that we need to click on void extrusion. We need to set this, so pick a plane, and of course the plane should be the what you call this, the work surface or table here. So for this one, I'll just estimate it like that. Click finish. I want to look at it at 3D. I'm gonna pull it up like that, pull it back in, and then click finish. And as you can see, you can now see down there. So we're done with the kitchen, and we're gonna continue on the next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 6 of this cliff house. Let's get started. So in the previous video, we were able to finish the kitchen, and in this video, we're gonna continue working on this. Specifically, we're gonna edit some design parameters, like let's go to south elevation, and we're just gonna change the height from level 1 to level 2. Let's put this one on 3000. And after we put that, we just need to go back to 3D, and we need to align this face. So AL, let's copy this face up to this face. And that's easy. We were able to change it instantly, and then we just need to pull this down. So we could go to level 1 first, and then move this backwards like this. And after that, we could double click the section, and we just need to use our arrow key and then pull it down like that. Also, we just need to change our view range so that when we go to level 1, we'll be able to see everything below. So we just need to go to our properties and then view range. And here we could just change this 2600, and then here 3000, and then okay. And now we can see everything below. Also, we're gonna add a ceiling. So here, let's go to the ceiling plan. Let's go to level 1, and here we could add in our ceiling. So what we could do is we could go to architecture and then click ceiling, and we need to change this to basic ceiling generic. Edit this type and then duplicate. This will be our ceiling number 1. Press OK. We need to change materials. So let's just choose this one. And then after that, press OK. And then OK. So now we're just gonna do the automatic ceiling, and as you can see, all the perimeter of this area will be added. So let's add it there. We could change the or the height offset later on, but for now let's add it to all rooms. And then let's go to 3D, and as you can see, it was added. We could play around with this now, and we could just set it up at 2900 like that. And we could just go here and set up everything else. I'm just using tab and then holding control so that I could select that. And then we could set it here 2900. So after this, let's go back to 3D, and I wanted to add more design element on this. But before that, let's add in the railing. But instead of adding it as a railing, I'm going to add it as a curtain wall. The reason for that is I want the look of the curtain walls, because I just want to add glass. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to level 1 and click wall, and instead of this I'm gonna use curtain wall. And don't worry about the height for now, because we could just manually do that later on. And here I'm just gonna click pick line, and then I'm gonna offset this probably 50, or let's do it 100. So as you can see, I add it like that and that. And then after that, as you can see, this is not going, or it's not fixed. So we could just fix this quickly by selecting that. So I was able to select it by pressing tab and then selecting this edge. And we could do it other way around as well. Okay, so now let's look at it at 3D, and now we could set up the height. Here we just need to move it downwards like that, so that we could just use align command in order for all the heights to be accordance to this So let's set this one like that. So using align will help you a lot with this. I'm gonna change the glass on this. So I'm gonna click this edit type, duplicate, or actually, so what we need to do is don't click this one, but instead we need to click on the face of the glass. So by using tab button, and once this appears, system panel glaze, you can now click on edit type, and then after that, as you can see, the default is glass material. So now we could just select this, and then we could duplicate this. So as you can see, we could duplicate this selected materials. So let's put this one as glass number 2. And then this glass number 2, we're going to asset browser. And then here we could just go to glass right here, and we could add in this dark gray finish. Click this one and then close, and as you can see, it changes the materials. And then after that, press apply and then OK. Now we need to change the system panel to glass number 2 on all of this. So apply and then OK. And then now we need to, instead of just clicking, you need to tab first and then edit type. This is now glass 2, which is good. This one as well, it needs to be changed. So click on tab first, and this is glass 2. And then with this, we could change this one to a different type again. So what you could do is same before you click it, use tab first. So similar to that, edit type. We could duplicate now this. So now it will create a glaze number 2. And with that, we could change from glass 1 to glass 2. So now we have a different different profile glass. So here, from glass 1 to glass 2, and we could change all of them instantly. So tab first, and then change this. So now we're set up with that. We could actually extend this and make like a patio area here where we could add plants. We have the ceiling here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to edit the height and the width. So here we could just make this one 1200 and then the height to be 2200, and then the depth we could put it at 800. Click apply, and we have our fridge like this. We could look at it at here, and now we could actually change the width. So I believe we over that, and then we could change the height as well a little bit. So we could just click it again, edit type, and then change the width to 1100 and then the height to be 2300. And let's see it. So it's good enough. Or let's change the height one more time. So let's edit this, and the height should be around 2250, like that. Let's check the width. So here we just need to move it back, and we have the height change for the fridge. Now we could just add in more information here, and we could actually create something here. I'm also going to add in more ceiling, but we already added the ceiling, but we need to add a more modern design. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to level 1, or actually we could go to level 1, and from here we could design it better. So go to architecture, model in place, and then generic model again. And first we're gonna do an extrusion on the kitchen side. So I'm just gonna do this, and let's align this. So AL, and then let's align it here as well. I just wanted to have a more nicer look, and then we could just do trim, delete this, and then trim this part. Click finish, change the material before we click finish again, and then we could go to our 3D and change the height. This will be at the top level. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna align it. So AL. So I aligned it at the top of the cabinet or cupboard. And here we're gonna go around this, and we're gonna add in more details later on. So that's what we plan to do. So here I'm just gonna click finish, or I'm just gonna align it on the top of this. So maybe I could do that. Yes. And then we're gonna add in more information there, or design field. And for the outside, we're gonna add in more in-place mass as well. So here, let's go back to level 1 and do more in-place mass, or model in place. So generic model. This will be number 16, extrusion, and this one will be all around now. So I'm just gonna change this, Let's do wood metal and around this area. And here, let's do 650. So let's do 650 all around. Let's extend this. And use this. Let's also use this line. And here as well. And then let's use this offset 650. And then let's do a lot of trimming. And we just need to close it. So click finish. Before we click finish again, let's look at it at 3D and pull it up. So pull it up all the way to the top. And pull it up again. Like that. I'm just gonna change the, I'm going to align it to the face. So it will look like that. So I'm gonna align it again. Like this, and then align it to the face of the ceiling. So it will be like that design. We can actually extend it all the way to the corridor. And then click finish. For this one, for the roof, I want it to be in 300, similar to the floor. So I'm just gonna change it to 300. And here we could just use align again. And click this one, edit in place. Click the extrusion, and then we could set it up at 300 as well. So everything will be 300 all the way. And we could just move this one down. So we could go to south elevation. Okay. After this, I just want to add in probably something at the top, but we could do it later on. And maybe we could add in a design at the top here. So model in place again, generic model. This one, click finish, move it up so that it's visible. So something like this, extra character. And we can actually add lights at the top. So we could actually pull this one down. Just a little bit, like that. We're gonna actually move a little bit on this side in order for us to add in the curtain. So I'm just gonna move it a little bit backwards like that. So we could add in the curtain later on. Okay, so as you can see, there's a gap that I created so that so that we could just add in a curtain there. Like that. So I'm happy with the result here. So in the next video, we're gonna add in the support and also more design. Thank you for watching and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 7 of this cliff house. Let's get started. So in the previous video, we were able to do some changes on our design. We also added the ceiling designs, and we added the railing. And here we're going to add a column that will be the support for the clip house. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Insert, Load Family, and then go to Structural Column. And then here we're gonna choose Concrete, and then Concrete Round. Click Open. And then after that, let's go to structure, go to level 1, and then click on column and choose slanted. So once you do, just add it like that and go back to 3D. So as you can see, after here, we could just manipulate what we have. So we could go to ease elevation, and as you can see, uncheck the move with grid. Just grab it with this one, and we could actually just move it with our arrow key like this. And we could actually extend it more like that. And then extend it here as well. And let's look at it at 3D again. So it will look like that. I want it to be moved on this side. So let's go to south elevation. And then with this, I'm gonna grab it like so and move it on this side. So I noticed there's a constraint on this, and there's no option here. So maybe what I can do is I'm just gonna delete this and try to add the column slanted already. So let's do it again. So go to structure, go to level 1, click on the column slanted, make sure it's concrete round, and let's add it like this. So after that, let's look at it at 3D again. So as you can see, it's slanted now, and here we could manipulate this one. So go to, I believe we do ease elevation, and we could just manipulate it like that again. And we could just move it with our arrow key. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extend it even more, just in case that the way the rocks form, at least it's covered. I want to double check. So it's too slanted now. So I'm gonna go to south elevation and move it on the other way. And after this, I'm gonna mirror this column. So I want it like this. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna mirror this. So I have it selected, and I'm just gonna mirror this and just estimate it in the middle like that. And let's look at it at 3D. So yeah, I like it. And what I'm gonna do there is I'm just gonna add in like an extrusion, just to give that connection. So model in place, generic model, and extrusion. Let's pick a plane. Let's pick this plane. And we could just move it afterwards. Click finish. Change this. And then move it in place. And click finish. So it looks good. I would like to add in the mullions now. So before that, let's add in a curtain grid. I'm gonna add a curtain grid like this first. So it will be around 700 at the top. So all the glass will have a 700 at the top. And then after that, we add the vertical. And then once you're done, go back to architecture and then click mullion. We're gonna use 50 by 65 and click all grid lines. And then also, let's add in a grid line at the top of this and one on the side. Also, we need to add a door So press escape, insert, load family, and this will be, we need to go back to the main and then doors, and this will be curtain door. So we need to add in the single. Press open, and then after that we need to select the glass plane. So this is selected now. Click on that and then change the panel to glass. Also on this side, change to door, and we need to make this fine so that it's visible. We need to go to level 1 so that we could change the orientation. And then now we have that. We could remove this one, and it looks good with the door. I also want to paint the top of the roof, so only the face at the top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to modify and then click on paint, and here we need to change this face only, so we could add a different materials at the top. So the view or the shot once we're in Twinmotion will be this, and it will be showing the rock, connecting to the rock, and this is all supported only up to the middle. So that's the shot that I want, and with the sky above. So it's either this side or this side. I'm still thinking which side will be best. So we could add in some decorative elements on the side. So what I can do is I'm just gonna add in something at the top here. So I'm gonna do a model in place. Let's save this. Generic model again. And then not extrusion actually. We could do sweep and then pick path. I'm gonna pick this path. So make sure everything is selected. And then after that, after you pick the path, you could edit the profile. So this is where you're gonna put the profile. So I'm just gonna add in a simple box. The reason for that is I want to provide a different depth perception on the design. So that's why I'm adding this. So it will look like a tier type. So before that, we could change the materials here and then click finish and then finish, and there is the design. Actually, I want it to be more different, so I'm just gonna edit it again and edit the sweep and then select profile, edit profile. So here I want to extend this. it will look better if we extend it a little bit. And then we could trim this and delete this part. Then click finish, finish, finish. So it looks better like that. And we could add in some design here. So let's add in another in-place mass or model in place, generic model. Okay, I think it's better if we could go to level 1 for this design. I know there's a gap here, so we don't need to add anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an extrusion. I would like to set this, pick a plane. I'm gonna pick hopefully the floor, but it looks like it's not picking up the floor, so I'm using tab. Okay, so I selected the floor, and then now we just need to add the design here. Move it like that. So something like this, and then mirror this one. Delete this. SL split. TR to trim. And let's add in one in the middle. So we could copy this. And then SL again, and then TR. Let's look at it. Before we click finish, let's change the material. And go to 3D and pull it up. So it looks good. Click finish, and we have it like that. So now what we need to do is we need to copy it at least on this side as well. So I'm just gonna do edit, click on this extrusion, edit extrusion, and go to level 1. Let me do a copy. and then a rotate 180. I want to copy this. Let's move it first and then copy afterwards. And then copy again. And then here we just need to trim this out. So I'm going to use the align tool. So AL, and easiest way is to copy this one and then just move it. You could just eyeball this. Same goes to here, AL, and let's move it in the middle like that, and then click finish and finish again. And let's look at it. Now it looks better. For a design concept, we could actually change different panels like this, or faces with different paint, so that we could change the look of this. It will look better, but that's up to you. For me, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. So it looks better. I liked it. And I believe we're good to go, and we can move it to Twinmotion on the next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.